Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we continue our playthrough of Adventure B of the Ultimate Tanares Adventures campaign. Now, Adventure B is titled, I believe, A Tale of Two Cities. Yes, A Tale of Two Cities. And in the previous video, in part one, we went through all of the story leading into the actual battle here. And then this battle scenario is scenario 2, Know Your Enemy. So if you didn't watch that video for any reason, essentially we've got these two guys here who are commit lords. They are behind a shield. The shield has 70 health. Once we defeat the shield, then I believe at that point, let's see. So we'll have a section to read once we get the shield down to 0, and so that I'm guessing that text will let us know how to defeat the Kemet Lords themselves. And then they are just guarded right now by this guy who is a Violent Reaper. You know what? I will actually leave this here so you can see that, because this wall, we're not going to be going over here right now. We're kind of stuck in this area. So that is the Violent Reaper, and then we've got Mystic Spectre here, right here. And so 35 health for the Violent Reaper, 95 health for the Mystic Spectre. It's level 3, whereas the Reaper is level 1. And yeah, that's where we're at. We've got a couple of spike pits here, and these right here that block movement, but not line of sight. And again, yeah, we're just kind of stuck in this area here. So we're going to get started. So the interesting thing with the way Tanares Adventures works is when you attack a villain, they're going to immediately attack you back. They're going to retaliate, not necessarily attack the person who attacked them, but they're going to attack the players. If you don't cause that reaction during your turns, if you don't attack them and cause them to attack you back, then they will commit a unprovoked attack, which actually has +5 damage on their turn. If you do attack them, causing them to attack you back, then they don't have an extra attack or anything. They don't attack on their turn. So it actually is helpful to spread your attacks out a little bit to prevent that extra damage from occurring. Also, well, let's just take a look at this. The trigger on the passive power for the Spectre is no other villain within one space of the target. So that's when they attack. If there's no other villain within one space, then it takes an extra turn. And in that extra turn, the passive power doesn't apply. Okay, so that's not great. Let's see. So it actually would be worthwhile to push either the Spectre down here or this up to the Spectre. Well, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we will move Cedric, and he's got movement of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just gonna go right here, and then he's going to use Perfect Blow, which it has a range of 2 squares, 1 enemy. Gets +3 to the attack roll, all right? And this guy has a defense of 5, so this should be pretty straightforward. Oh, critical. So I believe critical does +5 damage. Let me just confirm that. Yep, +5 for a critical hit, all right? And we've got 11 damage, so that'll be 16 damage to the Reaper, which 25... takes him down to 19. All right. Now, this then gets flipped over. Can't be used again until I've used my other, what are they called? Primary? Yeah, primary attacks. Now, the Reaper is now going to react. And is going to attack the hero with the highest health points, which actually, as it turns out, is Cedric and the Bruiser. What's his name? Lord Wraith the Shadow Knight. Lord Wrath the Shadow Knight. So he's going to attack him. Oh, actually, I forgot. Cedric did an additional 3 damage because he has a what's it called? passive power here, where if no ally is within 1 of the target on the first hit of your turn, deal 3 damage, or it'd be +8 if I had 35 health points or less. So I'd do 3 extra damage. So that Reaper is at 16. Now the Reaper is attacking Cedric, and Cedric has a defense of 6. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Y'all, I apologize. There's a lot going on here. Cedric's also going to use his longsword to deal 5 extra damage. That gets flipped over. So the Reaper is actually at 11. All right. So now the Reaper's attacking. Cedric has a defense of 6. Reaper rolled a 9. So it is a hit. So that is going to be 17 damage. Now Cedric will use his chainmail to shield himself for 5. So it's only 12 damage. So 53 health points is what Cedric's at now. Let's just move this over a little bit so you can see more of the health track here. All right, but that is everything the Reaper does. And we put this here just to mark that it's used its turn. All right, now I think we'll go ahead and have the Bruiser go, who's my other full hero here. I've got the other two, remember, are comrades. He's at a full hero. I'll have the Bruiser go. First thing we'll have the Bruiser do, though... Oh, nobody has any mana cubes yet, so we can't use our skills. So maybe I will just have the Bruiser... Maybe I will just have the Bruiser take him out, or I could have Rikaru go take him out. That's what I'll do. Okay, Rikaru's going next. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... And Rikaru just has this right here. He's going to choose the benefit of +1 to the attack roll. The other benefit he could get is to move 2 extra spaces. We're going to go +1 to the attack roll, which means he'll just need to roll a 4, and it will deal 11 damage. Got it? So that's 11 damage right off the bat, which is going to kill the Reaper. Now, when an enemy dies, all of the heroes get a mana cube, which is going to let them start using their skills. The cool thing with the comrades, by the way, is that the full heroes, so my Cedric here and the Lord Wrath there, they can use the mana cubes that the comrades pick up to power to power their own skills. Now, also, Rikaru here has an additional, so you can see +1 to the attack roll, then 11 damage +1 effect, and the effect he could have dealt 2 extra damage to the move of the target, but since the target's going to be dead, he will gain an extra mana cube instead. That was Rikaru. I think we'll actually have Hope move down 1, 2, 3, 4 here and interact. She'll have to use her primary action to interact with this, and that is a crystal deposit, and basically she just gains another mana cube for that. Okay, so let's see. I'm having some trouble figuring out what I want to do here, but I think we're going to go with Mind Trap. So we're going to move up here. We'll go here. All right. And we need to roll 17. We're good there. And I deal 12 damage. So that puts him at, he's at 95, 85, 83. Then I name an enemy attack, and that attack cannot be made. So I would name the Rapid Mist, which is the only attack it has, right? So, and now what that means is, if the enemy attack, however, if the enemy that owns it cannot make a primary attack, the named attack can be made, and instead the enemy becomes cursed. So since there's only the one attack, the enemy becomes cursed rather than blocking it from making that attack. Cursed is the same as disadvantage, so they'll roll 2 dice when they attack me. Alright, so now it's going to be the enemy's turn. And let's see if we have any skills we want to use on their turn. Cedric, the werewolf, will go ahead and use Bone Crush. So Cedric's going to take 3 damage. So it puts him at 50. But then the Spectre here is weakened 8. So they do 8 less damage. And who is the Spectre going to attack? They're going to attack the farthest hero they can reach, which would be Hope, because they have 10 movement. The question is, I can't remember if enemies trigger. All right, I'm pretty sure that she's going to go for Hope, even though that means she's going to incite a reaction from a couple of people. So 1, 2, so that gets a reaction from Rokaru because she's moving next to him, which would be 7 damage. So knocks her down to 76. 3, and that's where she can stop because she only needs to be 2 away from Hope. And so now she's going to attack Hope. Hope has a defense of, but remember, she's cursed, so she rolls 2, takes the lowest. Oh, and it's a critical miss. So I don't know if it's critical miss or it's just a miss. I don't think there's any special thing for critical misses, but it is a miss. That's the point. So with a miss, none of this other stuff happens. Instead, it is residual damage, so Hope takes 12 damage from the miss. So 48 health is where Hope's at. And that's the end of the round. So now we have to check to see if there's any end-of-round effects. There are. In this case, it says that if there are Kemet Lords on the grid at the end of the round, a hero takes 5 damage. So I think we'll have that be Lord Wrath, since he's got the highest health right now. All right, so moving into the new round, I think what we could do first off is... also, I forgot about this. When Cedric used his skill, a skill automatically deals 10 damage to the mana shield around the Kemet Lord, so that's at 60 right now. All right, and so now I think we'll have Hope directly attack the mana shield. So go ahead and have her go and do that. Which, as long as she doesn't roll a 1, she hits it. And technically, she's targeting one of the Kemet Lords, but it's the mana shield. So Hope deals 8 damage to the mana shield, so that puts it at 52. And then she can heal a hero for 7. So she will... Let's see... she's actually the lowest health, so she'll heal herself, and that puts her back up to 55. All right, and now, you know what? Let's have Cedric go ahead and attack this Spectre again. Cedric is going to use his movement to sidestep, and let me just double check the rules for sidestep because I have not done that yet. All it is that Cedric can move 1 and incite no reactions. Now, the reason why I want to do that is now we have 2 heroes next to the Spectre, but the heroes are not adjacent to each other, which means the Spectre is now mobbed. Oh, here it is. Okay, so if a villain is mobbed, they are exposed 3 to your rolls. Yeah, okay, I see. So basically he gets 3 extra damage. All right, so Cedric's there. Cedric is going to attack with Savage Weapon. And again, we need 8. Oh, and it misses. So instead, Cedric deals 5 residual damage. So 71 is what the Spectre's at. And then gains a mana cube. Now the Spectre's going to react to the farthest hero she can reach, which actually she can reach all the heroes from where she is. She doesn't have to move. Now, before we let her react, let's see. Cedric is going to use a mana cube to use Rage which will deal 3 damage to the Spectre, moving the Spectre down to 68. We're going to say that the Spectre is going to attack Lord Wrath instead of Hope, because Lord Wrath has Chainmail. And Lord Wrath will use his barrier as well. So between the barrier and the Chainmail, he is shielded 8. So that'll absorb 8 damage. And defense of 7. She got him. So that means 17 damage, but it's actually 11 damage because of shield 8. So 49. And then plus the effect, Echo 13. Another hero closest and in 8 spaces of this villain takes 13 damage. Holy shit. Another hero closest. So that's going to be Rikaru. Takes 13 damage. So 47 is where Rikaru's at. Alright, but that's all the villain does. So now, and that was Cedric's turn. Hope is also gone. We've got Rikaru and Lord Wrath left, I think. Oh, wait, we just used 2 more skills, right? So that knocks this down another 20 points, so it's at 32. So I think we're going to keep going after... All right, so Rikaru will attack... Yeah, Rikaru is going to attack the Wraith. Do I have... Oh, I don't have any more mana... Well, I can use their mana cubes. Okay, here we go. I will use one of Hope's mana cubes. Actually, I'll use one of Rikaru's mana cubes to use Lure for Lord Wrath to pull the Spectre here. Alright. And... yeah. Alright, so now Rikaru... You know what, though? We'll do that after Rikaru's attack. Let's do it after Rikaru's attack, because right here, the Spectre's mobbed. So we'll do that after Rikaru's attack. We'll just leave it checked off, though. So Rikaru's going to attack the Spectre. 15, got it. So that is 11 damage. So 57. And we'll do... Oh, you know what? We'll do plus 2 damage and move the target 2. So we can move the target here. And then that means we don't have to spend that mana cube to use Lure. So Lure isn't used yet. Instead, we will use the mana cube to use Mobility, which allows... Where was she? Was she here? I think she was there. Which allows Lord Wrath to move Cedric back 2 spaces, and Cedric is now hastened. That's another skill used, which means that the mana shield is down to 22. Alright. And now the Bruiser, or Lord Wrath, needs to take his turn. Before he does, Cedric will use one of Rikaru's mana cubes to use Onslaught to run at the Spectre. That's 3 spaces, so that deals 3 damage to the Spectre. That deals 10 damage to the mana shield. The Spectre is now mobbed when Lord Wrath attacks it. Lord Wrath, let's see, Spectre's at 54 damage. Okay, Lord Wrath is going to use Dark Manipulation. Now, the drawback is he cannot move this turn, which is fine. Oh, we got a 2! No way! Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, miss, deal 5 damage. So, 49. And then gain a mana cube. Wow, that sucks, because I was going to be able to move the Spectre through the spike trap. So that was everybody. Okay, moving on to the next round. I think we'll have Hope go first again and attack the shield, because if she attacks the shield, then one more skill will destroy the shield. Oh, wait. That's the end of the round. A hero's got to take 5 damage. Hope's got the highest, so we'll deal her 5 damage. All right, so now Hope attacks the shield. Just don't get a 1. She got a 16, so that is 8 damage to the shield. Knocks it down to 4. And then she will heal... what is this? That should be on here. Okay. She will heal Rokaru 7, so 54. All right, so Cedric will attack with Moonlight Rage. So we got 15, so it hits. It's 11 damage. So 38. And effects. Target is exposed 3. Ends if used. And 2 if you have 35. He doesn't have that. Okay. All right, so the target is exposed. And Cedric, remember, is hastened. So Cedric's going to move back here. Move just to here. Just step away. And since he's hastened, that means he doesn't set a reaction. However, the attack is going to incite. So, they're mobbed, so that's 3 extra damage. So 35. Okay. I'm just going to leave this here to remind me that they are exposed. But now they're going to attack the farthest hero. Oh, you know what? You know what we could do so that Hope doesn't get hit and the Cedric instead? Well, Hope actually has higher defense. And slightly higher health. Well, no, the same health. Yeah, we'll let her attack Hope. All right, so she's going to actually move 1, which actually incites a reaction from these two. So that's 8, 15 damage. So that knocks it down to 20. But now she attacks Hope. 12, she got her. 17 damage. Yeah, 17 damage to Hope. So that puts Hope at 33. And then 13 damage to Cedric. So that puts Cedric at 37. In retrospect, it actually would have been better to let her attack Cedric, because once Cedric gets underneath 35 health points, a lot of his abilities power up. Okay. I forgot about her trigger. Okay, well, it's too late to retcon what's already happened, but no other villain is within 1 of the target, so she goes again. And this time, she would attack either Hope or Lord Wrath. We'll let it be Lord Wrath this time. Oh, you know what? Lord Wrath is going to use a skill to heal 1 for each 5 damage this villain dealt this turn. All right, so she's attacking him. That hits, and she's going to deal him 17 damage. So, but then he heals 3, so it goes to 32, but then he heals 3, so he's at 35. And then the splash damage, the echo damage here, does 13 to Rokaru, so 41. Okay, now we just used a skill, which means that 10 more damage got taken by the mana shield. So let's see what happens. It says read 2.2. These Kemet stand above the rest in terms of power, yet their recent ritual has weakened them. They sway, nearly fainting. Solnurtha, once again, your undead minions prove inadequate. This is why only I can be trusted, Sildroli one of the Kemet Lords states with cold disdain. He then directs his cruel gaze at you. I may retreat today, but be assured, I never lose track of my prey. With swift precision, he draws his bow and releases 2 arrows towards you. Sildroli deals 7 damage to his 2 closest heroes. So 7 damage to Rikaru, brings him down to 34, and 7 damage to Lord Wrath, down to 28. That's pretty rough. Your archers should have secured the perimeter. Never underestimate our foes. We cannot jeopardize the Savior's great plan, replies Solnertha, the other Kemet Lord. If there is another villain alive, Solnertha places a Reaper in within one of her closest heroes. Oh no. We should have killed that Spectre first. Alright, so we've got a Reaper that within one of her closest heroes. So the closest hero is Rikaru. So we'll put the Reaper here. It's got 35 health points. Having a contingency plan for a swift escape if their mana shields broke. The Kemet Lords employ a teleportation spell before you can counteract, disappearing from the battleground. Remove Sildroli's and Solnertha's figures from the grid. Alright, so they go away. This satisfies the first condition for beginning event 1. The second is to defeat all other villains. Wow. Okay. So, who just did that attack? Who? Oh, that was... Oh, that's right. Okay. That all triggered because Lord Wrath used an ability, a skill, on the Spectre's turn. Okay. So, Lord Wrath is going to go now. We need to finish off that Spectre. Lord Wrath. Okay. Here we go. Rikaru is going to be Rikaru's turn. The Lord Wrath will use one of Hope's mana cubes to use Lure to pull the Spectre here. All right. Then Cedric will use another mana cube. Actually, not quite yet. First, now Lord Wrath will resolve his attack. He hits the Spectre with 11 damage plus 2 damage. So it's 13 damage, which gets it down to 22. He then can move it 2 spaces. So 1, 2 onto the spike trap. So that's 4 damage, gets it down to 18. Now Cedric, it's still Rikaru's turn. Cedric will use Hope's other mana cube to use Bash, which lets him run at the Spectre and then move it 2 spaces. So he's going to move it 1, 2. That's 2 more spaces on the spike trap. So that's 8 more damage, gets it down to 10. Now, Cedric has used all 4 of his skills, so they are charged as a total charge. They all unflip, and he gets his total charge ability, which means a villain takes 9 damage. He will deal that, I think, not to this... Oh, I'm moving the wrong... Oh, no. Wait a minute. I moved this. Oh, shit, I think the Spectre's dead, because Rikaru... I was moving the Reaper's health tracker. Rikaru dealt 13 damage to the Spectre, which got it down to 7, actually. Yeah, and then the Spike Trap did 4, and then, yeah, so Spike Trap killed it. Spectre's dead. Everybody gets a mana cube. Perfect. Okay, so then... Yeah, the Spectre died when he ran and pushed it again. Okay. But he did not... That 9 damage would not have been for the Spectre. That 9 damage would have been for the Reaper. This comes back. That 9 damage would have been for the Reaper. So it's at 26 now. All right, so now we still have, and this is gone, we still have Lord Wrath and Cedric to go. So Lord Wrath is going to attack with Bone Destruction. 9 against 5 defense, so it hits. That's 11 damage, which knocks it down to 15. Target is weakened 3. Okay, so we'll leave this here just so we remember that. Cedric's primary skills or primary attacks have all been used, so they flip back over, which means he also gets to flip over one of his items, so we'll let him flip over his chainmail. And now Cedric gets to attack. He needs to deal 15 damage. If he can deal 15 damage, this guy's dead. Before he can even respond with an attack. So we're gonna go ahead and use Bloodthirsty. Bloodthirst. And so this will deal 24 damage. Yes, there we go. Killed him. Very nice. Bloodthirst is gone for the game. And everybody gets a mana cube. Oh, I just realized Lord Wrath used his final ability also, so his final skill, so all of his skill tokens flip over, and he heals 9. So he's at 37. Okay, so all the villains are dead at the end of the round. The Kemet Lords have been removed from the altar, so we're going to read 2.3. A faint glow comes from the portal at the top of the building, indicating it is recovering. Stopping Sildroli and Solnertha was not enough. There must be more Kemet Lords casting the spell. Upon hearing a commotion on the other side of the gate, you break in to confront 2 more Lords. Remove the big yellow door. Put the red boss token on 70 again. All right, so here it is. It will represent the next Kemet Lord's mana shield. Note the sections may give you quest instructions too. Okay. Despite sharing the same lineage, the Lords couldn't be more distinct. One, a slim, dark-skinned female youth, exudes an air of deadly grace, while the other, a hulking figure of a man adorned with a skull and a mask, radiates brute force. The beautiful woman turns to her companion with a smile gracing her features. Observe, Zisenu. Our leader's foresight was precise. His wisdom is truly remarkable. She gazes at you, her eyes analyzing every detail. I have heard stories about invincible champions of the arena, those who defeated even the most formidable avatar dragons, yet in person they appear modest. Wouldn't you agree? Her companion's deep voice rumbles in response. A true shame, indeed. These heroes are denied the honor of a glorious death by my hand in combat, enchanting Rizard. But we must follow the prophecy, for it reveals certain victory. Their weapons are sheathed while their arms are raised, casting the spell. Recalling the previous encounter with weakened lords, you must swiftly deplete their shields, bracing yourself for whatever they might unleash before making their escape. Resume the quest. Start Event 1. Note, remember to place the villains listed under Event 1's header and read all other instructions. Not all quest instructions are found in the entries. All right, so back over here. So Event 1, Guard 3. Place, I have to reread the rules for Guard 3. Place Reapers in 2 spots and Zombie. Oh boy, okay, I've not dealt with a Zombie before. So we're going to have, let's see, it's going to be down in this room. So let's refocus down here. All right, so we're going to have this Reaper, the Guardian Reaper, the Noxious Reaper, and this Violent Zombie. This guy goes here, and he has health of 35. This one goes here, and the zombie goes here. The health of 75. All right, goes on to say, place Kemet Lords, Spy Figure, and Berserker Figure. But I think actually, now that I'm seeing these pictures, I wonder if I have a stretch goal with the Kemet Lords. That's kind of what this looks like. Yes, I do. I do. Okay. I forgot about this. I should have used this in that first area. So here's Yazard. Right here. And she goes here. Right here. As soon as the mana shield drops to 0, Rizar is going to deal 8 damage and remove 1 mana from her closest hero and then disappear. And then Zisanu will deal 12 damage to his closest hero and then disappear. At the end of the round, if all villains are dead and the Kemet Lords have been removed from the altar, read 2.4. Let's see what these guys are going to do. So the Reaper Guardian is going to deal 14 damage. It's a melee to the hero with the most mana. And then the villain with the highest health points gains 1 empowered 3 token, which basically lets them deal 3 extra damage. No passive power. The Reaper Noxious, 15 damage to the hero with the least health points. And a token, 1 mana cube. No passive power. And the Zombie Violent, 18 damage to the hero with the highest health points and push the target 4 spaces. Isolation. No other hero within 1 of the target pulls 6 and deals 6 damage to the farthest hero. Range 8. Wow. Okay. All right. So we got to figure this out. What are we going to do here? Maybe we'll get some healing done. Well, I know. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if he moves 1, 2, can he see? Yes, I can draw a straight line to this Reaper here. And now do Shadow Grasp, plus to the attack roll, pull a target 7. It transfers health, 2 health from it to me for every space it moves. Yeah, so we're going to do that. So this is the bruiser. Now let me see. Is there anything? No. Okay. No power or anything that we want to use for no skill. So he gets a 6. Plus 2 is 8. Okay, 5 defense. We got him. So we can pull him 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 14 damage. Oh, wait. What's guard 3? I forget about that. Guards are inactive villain combatants that can't attack or take turns. When they are guards, villains are shielded 6. Shielded means they take 6 less damage from attacks. Okay, so he's going to take 6 less damage. A villain immediately loses the status forever, ceasing to be a guard if any one of the following are true. It is declared the target of an attack or effect, but shielded 6 still applies. It gets affected in any way by any attack, benefit, skill, passive power, or effect. A non-guard combatant moves within 3 of a guard, regardless of that combatant's final position. Another villain in the same guard group becomes active. So he's guard 3. So instead of 14 damage, he takes 11. We knocks him down to 29. And let me just read the exact text here. For each space it moves, transfer 2 health points from it to you. Oh, is that not actually damage? That's just an effect? Oh, I think he gets the full. I'm going to read. I believe he gets the full 14. So 3 more gets him to 26. I then heal 14, which pushes me from 37 to 51. And so then this is on for the game. Now he's gonna. So that guy's gonna retaliate. He's gonna attack the hero with the most mana tokens, which is all of us. We all have the same amount. So he's gonna attack either me or Rokaru because we're the closest. I will have him attack me. I have the most health points, and I will use my barrier. So I'm shielded 3. And so now he attacks, and he's trying to get a 7. He got a 9. And I actually, by the way, I'm going to use chainmail as well. Flip that over. Now shielded 5. So 5 plus 3, so 8. And he deals 14, so she only dealt 6 damage to me. So I'm at 45. And then it says that villain with the highest health points gains 1 empowered 3 token. But I feel like he has to be able to see them for an effect to take place, and he can't see anybody. So we're good there. And that's all he does. So now we can just beat up on him because these guys aren't going to move as long as we don't get down there and affect them. So, I mean, Rikaru's right there. Might as well let him go next. He gets +1 to his attack roll. All right, 8. And he deals 11 damage, and we'll make that +2 damage. So that's 13 damage. That brings him down to 13 health. And Rikaru won't move because he doesn't want to incite a reaction. Oh, Rikaru moves this guy 1, 2. That's right. So Rikaru can move without inciting. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Really, that could have been 3 spaces because I can move diagonal. All right, and then also before Rikaru ends his turn, Cedric will use Bash. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move this guy 2, 1, 2, to deal 8 more damage. That puts him at 5 health. Oh, and by the way, we've used 2 skills. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this Mana Shield works the same, so that's 20 points now that it's lost, so it's down to 50 now. So now Cedric can go. Actually, you know what? Let's have Hope go. Hope will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, right there is probably good for her because we don't want her to get down here. And she will attack at range. Oh my god. Critical fail. So she just deals 5 damage. But that's actually this is probably the best case scenario. Well, except that she can't heal anybody. But she kills him. Alright, so he's dead. Everybody gets a mana token. And because Hope missed, she gets an extra mana token. She now has 4 mana tokens. And as her companion ability is that she can spend all 4 mana tokens to heal somebody 16. So she's going to do that. And which hero has the lowest health? It is actually her. So she will go ahead and heal herself. Well, but you know what? Rikaru is right behind her. She has 33. Rikaru has 34. So we're going to have Rikaru heal. 34 plus 16 is 50. There we go. Rikaru's up here at 50. Okay, pretty good first kind of volley there. Oh, and actually we still have Cedric to go. Because Cedric has only moved as a result of his skills. He hasn't actually taken a turn yet. Okay, so one quick thing that I just realized. These guys have already been triggered. So it doesn't matter where Cedric goes. The Reaper that I pulled over here was right here. And so the moment that I interacted with him, he became a combatant. And that means he was 1, 2, 3 spaces away from this guard so when this guy becomes a combatant, this guard is now within 3 spaces of a combatant. And so he becomes a combatant. And then 1, 2, 3. And so then he's a combatant. And so that's actually makes a lot of sense how they've got it set up here so you can't actually pick them off one at a time. All right, so with that in mind, Cedric is going to move 1, 2. Well, actually, we'll have Lord Wrath use mobility to move him 2, which isn't really necessary, but it gives him hastened just so he has it. And really, the main reason I'm doing it is to knock 10 more off of this shield down here. So that puts the shield at 40. And then he'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to use Savage Weapon. Got it. Ooh, a crit. Okay, so that's 13 plus 5 for the crit. So that's 18 damage to the Reaper. The Reaper starts at 35, so he's at 17 now. And yeah, that's a pretty straightforward attack. Now, the Reaper, of course, is going to... By the way, every time I say Reaper, I just want you to know, literally every time I say it, all I can think of is Reaper from Red Rising, from the Red Rising series. So just FYI, that's what's going through my head literally every time I say Reaper. Only in this case, Reaper's a bad guy. Anyway, the Noxious Reaper is going to use Stealing Scythe against the hero with the lowest health points that they can reach, which is Hope. Can they reach Hope, though? They have 10 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. So they're going to do that, but they do cause a reaction. 2, 3. So they get up here. They do cause a reaction from Cedric. So that's 8 damage that Cedric does to the Reaper. So that puts it at 9. And somebody tell me if I'm missing that rule. If he shouldn't do that if he knows he's going to cause a reaction or cause a reaction, but I'm pretty sure that he does. I'm pretty sure the favorite target is the primary concern here. Okay, so then the Reaper attacks Hope. And Hope has 7 defense. The Reaper attacks. Oh, a miss. The Reaper misses. So it's going to be residual damage. And I don't think residual damage gets the +5 unprovoked bonus. Yeah. So 8 damage to Hope puts her at 25. All right. And the effect doesn't work either. Okay, perfect. So that is his turn. And now all of my guys have gone. And so now the zombie has to go. Oh, wait, real quick. I'm going to say that before the Reaper moved, Cedric used Rage to deal 3 damage to the Reaper, which puts him at 6. All right, and that also deals 10 damage to the Mana Shield, so it's at 30. All right, and so now the zombie's going to go. It's going to attack the hero with the highest health points it can reach. It can move 10. And that would be Rokaru. So as it starts, Cedric is going to use Bone Crush before a roll, which it's going to roll because it's going to get to Rokaru. Cedric takes 3 damage, but then that means he is weakened 8. By the way, Cedric is currently... Well, you put this right here. Cedric is still hastened, and I'm just going to use that to remind me that Lord Wrath hastened Cedric. I think there probably is a token that I'm not seeing here that I should be using for that, but I'm just going to put that there to remind me that it was one of Lord Wrath's powers that affected him. Okay, so this guy, though, is weakened 8. So this token technically means weakened 3, but we will do this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 7. All right. So, but he's about to attack, so we don't even need to remember. He is weakened 8, so he's going to attack Rokaru. Rokaru has 7 defense. Got him. So that's 18 damage, but he's weakened 8, so it's 10 damage. Oh, you know what? Lord Wrath will be using... I really should have done this before. No, that's retconning. Never mind. I was going to use Invigorate, but I wouldn't even thought of it if he had missed. So, no, never mind. All right, so Rokaru takes 10 damage. That puts him at 40. Then the effect is he pushes Rokaru 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was called the Impact Hunger. All right, so that completes that round. Everybody has gone, so back to the beginning of the round now. There's these guys on the board. I don't know if I missed one round of it, but I don't think I did. I might have, though. No, I don't think so. One of the heroes loses 5 points of health. We'll take it from Lord Wrath since he has the most health. So he's now at 40. Okay, so now let's see. You know what? This Reaper only has 6 health left. So we'll actually have Hope attack him right from where she's at. Oh, no, you know what? You know what? Let's do this. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Lord Wrath go first. All right, he will attack. He will attack that Reaper with Vitality Sword. Oh my lord. So he only dealt 5 damage to him. So he's still alive. He does gain a mana cube for missing. He's then going to go, let's see, he has 5 movement. All right, well, Lord Wrath will just go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he'll just go right there, which isn't great. But since he just took a turn, Cedric will use Onslaught. So that takes 10 points off of the shield, so it's down to 20. Cedric will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I'll deal 5 damage to the zombie, so it puts it at 70. All right, but that Lord Wrath is gone, and now the... Oh, I forgot. While Lord Wrath is still up here, this guy would have retaliated. So, and he would retaliate against the hero with the lowest health points. God. So he's going to hit Hope. Oh, I forgot. Cedric's total charge. Oh, here we go. Cedric did the total charge, 9 damage, so he actually finished this guy off. Okay, so that works out. And with that, if I had thought about it, I would have actually had Lord Wrath attack this guy and had Cedric run up on him, but then kill. There's no information that happened. Did I learn anything that would have affected that decision? I don't believe so. So we'll say the 5 damage that he dealt, that Lord Wrath dealt to the Reaper, he actually dealt to the zombie. So the zombie's at 65. Now, the Reaper's dead, so everyone gains a mana cube. And that also meant the Reaper didn't have a chance, would not have retaliated because it died immediately. Okay. Now, also, Rokaru now has 4 mana cubes, so he's going to spend all 4 of those to deal 16 damage to the zombie. That puts the zombie at 49. All right, so now we're going to use Bestial Fury. This is Cedric. Strike the target twice. All right, so first roll is a hit because we need 8. Second roll is a hit. We got 8. Okay, so 12 damage per hit, which is 24 damage. And then effect, if you have 35 or fewer health points, which right now he's at 34, the target takes an additional 12 damage one time. So that's 36 damage to the zombie. So 13, he's down to 13 health. Now, Bestial Fury is a one-time use, so it is gone. But there we go. And additionally, oh, I messed up here. Oh, well, let's fix it. I said Lord Wrath attacked him, right? That means he would have retaliated against the hero with the highest health points, which Lord Wrath is one of 2, so he would retaliate against Lord Wrath. So 17. He definitely hit him. Lord Wrath is going to use his ability of Invigorate. So he's going to heal 1 damage for every 5 dealt. So 18 was dealt, which knocks him down to 22. But then he healed 3, so he's back up to 25. Additionally, the Brute, Cedric is going to deal 3 damage to the zombie with Rage. So the zombie's at 10 now. All right. Oh, wait. Yes, yeah, because this was during the zombies retaliate. All right, so the zombie's gone. This guy is dead. Okay. Zombie has taken his turn. Cedric has taken his turn now. All right, so we'll go ahead and have Hope attack from where she's at. She needs 8. 17, got it. So she deals 8 damage, which knocks him down to 2. And then she heals a hero 7. Her and Lord Wrath are the lowest, so we'll heal Lord Wrath. That gets him back up to 32. All right, so that was Hope's turn, and then Rokaru will come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what? I had a mob bonus I didn't apply earlier. We'll actually say she got right there. Now she is mobbing him with Cedric, and so that would have dealt 3 extra damage, and so she actually killed him. Okay, perfect. So now everybody gets a mana token. All right, and let's see. So that's going to be the end of the round. Well, actually, hold on. Rokaru can move. He moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. Oh, well, no. If all villains are dead and the Kemet Lords have been removed from the altar tile. Okay. So, though, they're still here. Except, I know I missed at least 1 skill. So there, I think I actually have destroyed the shield, but I can't confirm. So we'll just move this here for Rage. So it's at 10 life left for the shield. Rokaru will... he has an ability to move 2 additional. Oh, we could use this. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. All right. Rokaru will use... Oh, no, it's just move 3. So that won't work. Rokaru has the greater and lesser impulses, lets him tell a hero to attack, but it only moves him 3, so it has to be a non-comrade hero, so it'd have to be either Lord Wrath or Cedric, not Hope. Hope's the only one with a rage attack that I want to use here. All right, so then end of the round. Shield is still here, or they're still on the board, so it's 5 damage. We'll give it to Rokaru. That puts him at 35. Let's see, we will use Rokaru. Come down here. And, oh, this means he is still hastened. All right, and he's going to attack the shield. Got it, as long as he didn't get a 1. He got it, and that is enough to destroy the shield. All right, so as soon as the mana shield drops to 0, Rizard deals 8 damage and removes 1 mana cube from her closest hero, which is Rokaru. So he loses a mana cube and gets 8 damage, puts him at 27. And then Zisanu deals 12 damage to closest hero. So Rokaru again is down to 15. All right, and so then we'll have him go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he can move again as his second prime, or as his prime action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then her prime action will be to use this to gain a mana cube. All right, so into the round. Read 2.4. The portal pulsates with increasing power. The arcane spell, it seems, is nearing completion. Remove the big red door from the grid. You see a hall vast and twice the size of any other you've crossed, housing 2 more Kemet Lords. One of them promptly moves to the front, gripping a great sword, while the other floats midair, eyes shut, holding a pendant on his necklace. They have arrived, Captain Gulag, he announces, glancing over his shoulder at your party. Your bravery is admirable, but our victory is inevitable, as is your demise. Awaken, ancient spirits, by Barrelmir's command. With a forceful plunge of his sword into the ground, a magical aura pulsates, and spectral figures, a ghostly spirit and 2 skeletal warriors, rise with an ethereal glow to challenge you. Gulag remains undisturbed, his eyes closed. He either ignores your presence or simply considers it insignificant. Guard 3, 2 Reapers and a Spectre. Another Guardian Reaper. Mystic Spectre. Guardian Reaper has 40 health. The Noxious Reaper has 35. The Mystic Spectre has 95. Place Gulag and Barrelmir on the board. So let's see. Oh, Gulag is not in this box. That's interesting. That's Barrelmir there. So what do I need for Gulag? Oh, I guess Gulag is already in the game. Hold on. Okay, I'm not sure if that's the right figure for Gulag, but it's the only one that was kind of by itself and didn't have a partner, so I'm guessing that's what we're going to use right now, even if it's not the right one. Okay, this goes on to say to put the boss token on 70 for the mana shield, as usual. The distant clamor of battle echoes through the surroundings, interrupted by Sidor's unmistakable war cry. A thunder blast follows. Are the Iron Hand troops making a last effort to stop the tide of reinforcements rushing to defend their generals, or are they being pushed back on the verge of retreat? If you have Warfers saved, fact, which we do, right there. The family members had learned a few things about the positioning of Kemet troops near the walls while trying to escape. They met Iron Hand officers farther down the road and made them better informed when they launched their assault. Thus, Kemet necromancers in the perimeter were more harmed than expected. Reaper 16-0 Orange, which is this guy. Reaper and Reaper. Okay, both Reapers and the Spectre take 5 damage. Oh, nice. All right, so the Spectre is down to 90 now. The Noxious Reaper is at 30, and the Guardian Reaper is at 35. If this part seems a bit thin on content, it's because the entries often contain instructions. As soon as the last mana shield, red boss token drops to 0, you win the quest. Then read 2.5. Rule explanation. You don't always have to kill all villains to win a quest. Sometimes accomplishing the primary objective will make the enemies still on the grid flee, perish, or otherwise be defeated in a way that doesn't need to be executed on the board. This is the case in this quest. Note though that you will accomplish the extra challenge. I think it means you won't, because the extra challenge is to kill the Spectre before destroying the mana shield. But again, in this scenario, that doesn't give us any bonus, so we're not going to worry about that. We are just going to go directly after that mana shield, I think. We will have Lord Wrath go first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll just go right here. And he's going to finally use Glooming Thoughts. It's going to attack the mana shield. 20 damage if he hits it. Again, I think that's anything but a 1, basically. A 9. And, so 20 damage to the mana shield. Now, that puts the mana shield at 50. And then, additionally, the Brute will use a mana token to use Bash. So that does 10 more damage to the mana shield. And he's going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that lets him push or move this 2 spaces. So he'll go 1, 2, just to move it a little farther away. Now, everybody's activated at this point because of where Cedric is, and because we attacked the mana shield. All right, so now Cedric will go. He does have 35 or fewer health points right now. So he'll go 1, 2, and he's going to use Death Claws, which lets him target, because he's under 35 health points, he can target 2 enemies. And he will target both of the Kemet Lords, which means he's going to hit the mana shield twice. So for the first Kemet Lord, got it. Second Kemet Lord, got it. So that's 24 damage to the shield. So that knocks it down to 16. And Lord Wrath will use Lure to pull this guy's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. The main reason for doing that is to deal 10 more damage to the shield, which gets it down to 6. And he now has a total charge. So Lord Wrath heals 9, puts him at 41. Now that wasn't an attack, so this guy does not actually activate yet. Okay, and so then Rokaru's going to go, but on his turn, on his turn, Cedric will use one of Hope's mana cubes to use Onslaught. And so just the activation of that special ability, of that skill, does 10 more damage to the mana shield. And according to this, as soon as the mana shield drops to 0, you win the quest. So that area was actually... See, that area would have been a lot tougher if we were actually trying to kill the Spectre, which if there was any benefit in doing that, I would have. But since this one was just a practice run for that sort of thing, there wasn't. So we read 2.5. Read this only if you win the quest. Gulag appears unperturbed by the disrupted spell. Holding a skull in his open palm, he finally turns to face you, a faint smile on his lips. A sudden surge of necromantic energy paralyzes you, spreading through the area like a shockwave and knocking you off your feet. Each hero takes 25 damage. Holy shit. All right, so that actually... Rokaru is now downed. Technically he would come back with we have 2 first aid tokens that we haven't used yet, so he'd be okay. But oh man, that also downed Hope. That puts Cedric at 9 and Lord Wrath at 16. Holy crap. If at least one hero remains with more than 1 HP, go to 6, otherwise go to 7. So we go to 6. Barrelmere, surprised by your resilience, raises his sword as he approaches you, but before he can act, Gulag intervenes, asserting his authority. Sheath your sword, Barrelmere. They have not yet fulfilled their purpose. His gaze weighs heavily on the heroes, hinting at a desire for prolonged suffering. Barrelmere's eyes reflect suppressed anger. Such dishonor, Captain Gulag. Would it not be merciful to grant them a swift end? Go on ahead. I will stay and deal with them. As Gulag moves towards a portal, signaling his imminent departure, he retorts sharply, "We don't need your sentimentality, Barrelmere. We will turn them into the undead, harnessing their unique abilities. They are more formidable than you think. Join me. Our focus must shift." With a hint of reluctance, Barrelmere sheathes his sword as Gulag continues. Ensure this skull reaches Sildroli. It's crucial to fortify our control over the undead. Mark Barrelmere's mission fact. All right. So Barrelmere's mission. Man, I cannot say these Kemet Lords' names at all. The two pass through the portal, leaving behind a sinister residue of magic that animates the fallen around you, reviving them to unlife. Narrowly escaping the undead, you regroup with the Iron Hand and return to Warfugee. Go to 8. Once your strength is restored, you head to the outpost for a debriefing with Sidura. Firstly, on behalf of all Tanares, my heartfelt gratitude, she begins, her gaze intense. Your mission was a success, and you have effectively blocked the enemy from accessing our portals. You cannot understand the magnitude of this victory. We might have lost the war before it had even begun. When she grabs a scroll, your conversation is interrupted by a soldier. Captain Sidura, Zalir Draconis awaits outside. Shall I invite him in? She nods in response. A flamboyant noble enters the hall with a whirl of charisma and confidence. It is a pleasure to work alongside you again. I still can't see the adventuring woman I once knew in the mighty Iron Hand captain you've become. Sidura blushes slightly, swiftly regaining her cold composure. Heroes, with your last victory, we ensured that we are the only ones with access to the portal grid, for now. We must keep the Kemets from capturing any other Iron Hand base and protect all regions of Tanares from their influence. We must also gather allies, secure resources, build an army, and devise a plan. We must retake Fisherman's Wharf. Zalir smiles broadly. As the founder of the Relic Hunter Guild, I assure you of my full support. You will be the first to know when we find intriguing artifacts and useful weapons. Now let's create your character deck. Get all character cards with initial written on top in the top right. Their names always start with the Iron Hand. You can already use them for your mission after the tutorial. In the future, you will gain new NPCs and new heroes to add to your deck. At the start of the adventure, you can recruit any heroes you own for the quest and assign an NPC to it. Oh, wow. Uses for NPCs. They help you in tests during the adventure. Add their abilities to the heroes one. Use their abilities or power during city phase, world phase. Apply its quest power at the start of the quest. Unfortunately, the initial ones don't have any. All right, so this just goes through this sort of initial setup of the character deck, it looks like, as well as a couple other things here, but we won't get into all that right now. This was mainly to show you how gameplay might work, and again, this is with level 0 attacks, level 0 primary attacks, and level 1 skills. So obviously all of that sort of evolves as you go on. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, all that great stuff. We have other great content coming. How to play Kingdom Death Monster is coming up soon. That's part 4 of our Gambler's Chest expansion tutorial series. We've also got How to Play Dungeon Universalis part 4 coming up. Tons of great stuff. And until next time, if you're bored online, bored offline.